I'm going to cut straight to the point. I did not get a great feeling when I saw STI logos on a WRX. With this brand new 2.4 liter engine, I did find the WRX TS to be pretty promising. I'm going to go extremely in depth on this car because this is the top trim level performance Subaru you can get without the existence of an STI. And no, that really expensive one in Japan does not count. So let's hop in and talk all about it. Speaking of legendary tuner cars, this video is sponsored by HP Tuners. Here's the deal. HP Tuners is an incredibly user-friendly tuning software and data logging software that I've been using for years. I use it in my Coyote Swap 240SX, and I use it in my 2013 Mustang GT Smurf. And HP Tuners makes things incredibly easy using the most sophisticated OBD interface out there, the MPVI3. All you gotta do is plug in your MPVI3, hook it up to your laptop, and you are good to go. It's literally as simple as that. There has been several occasions where if I wasn't using HP Tuners, my motors probably would have had a very bad day due to the things I was able to spot and the data that I had collected using HP Tuners, and making some tuning tweaks here and there no matter the conditions. So whenever I need to find out what's going on with some data logging or doing some slight tuning tweaks, HP Tuners has my back. And I personally use HP Tuners for my Fords, but they have a whole list of brands that HP Tuners is compatible with, including Subaru. So huge thanks to HP Tuners for sponsoring today's video, and go show them some love in the description below and let them know that I sent you. Thank you guys so much for listening, and let's talk all about the Subaru WRX TS. Before we get started with today's video, what do you guys off the rip think of the new WRX and also the WRX TS? Put it down in the comment section below. And also, if you really don't mind, please hit the like button. It really helps me out. All right, I have stopped for a moment to talk about probably the biggest elephant in the room with this car, and that's the engine itself, the FA24. The FA24 is a 2.4 liter boxer engine, and it is not the EJ anymore that was found in the previous STI, or the FA20 that was found in the previous WRX. Now, tuners do seem to kind of like this engine so far, but at the same time, it's not without its trade-offs. Now, the transmission in this is a 6-speed, but it is not the STI 6-speed that was so strong, right? It's the WRX transmission that was the 6-speed. So what that means is something I don't really like, and that is it's a 5-speed plus 1 gear. So for people who like tuner cars like myself, there's some trade-offs to this, right? So the engine itself seems to be a lot more reliable than the EJ was. That's great. But if you want to be a Subaru enthusiast who builds a Subaru, then you're going to have a lot of trade-offs. You're going to probably have to swap an STI transmission into this for big power. And by big power, I don't mean 1,000 horsepower. You're going to eventually have to swap in an STI transmission if you do like 500 horsepower or something like that. So the main problem I have with this engine is where it starts. What I mean by that is the horsepower. It doesn't even make 300 horsepower. In a world where the GR Corolla is a 1.6 liter 3-cylinder turbo engine making 300 horsepower, I find that to be a problem, especially when this is a main competitor of that car. Not to mention the Honda Civic Type R or even the Volkswagen Golf R, right? There's a lot of really amazing cars in this class. This car costs right around $45,000, right? It's not cheap, but it is the top of the line of the WRX, and with no STI in existence, which I find to be an absolute tragedy, this is the best you're gonna get. Well, of course they made that special edition STI that's only in Japan, and it's automatic if I remember right. And I don't really count that. I know that's not very fair to Subaru engineers, but the general public is not gonna get their hands on those. Probably not. This car was worked on by the STI team, but the gauges having the STI logo on it and the start button having the STI logo on it, it kind of rubs me the wrong way, right? It's like, hey now, this isn't an STI. You can't do that. That's cheating. This interior has a really cool blue color that is just on the edge of being kind of tacky, but I actually like it. It's a fun interior. Now, we do have a digital screen for all the gauges and everything. I'm starting to miss physical gauges when screens used to be like an option and a cool thing, now it's just kind of standard everywhere. We also have the big infotainment screen in the middle. Seems to work pretty well. There's a little bit of delay in the screen, at least for me. It has Apple CarPlay, and that's kind of what I care about nowadays. We have the WRX TS Recaro seats as well, which are actually very comfortable. They look like they'd be very boy racer and hurt your back, but they're not that bad. I will say though, the sound of the engine I wish had more character. I know it's the new Boxer engine, and there is a hint of Boxer-ism to it, but it really is quiet, right? It's extremely quiet. That's all sauce. That was all of it, right? But to be fair, I'm so glad that they built a new engine, right? It's time. The EJ had reliability problems. One would randomly break at 10,000 miles, another one would go all the way to 200,000 miles, and you'd be like, I don't understand. Now, even though the 6-speed isn't the 6-speed that I want, like the STI transmission in the last car, I am still thankful they make this car with a manual gearbox. When I think of a Subaru that's fun to drive, I think of a manual Subaru. I talked to a bunch of my friends who are like really hardcore Subaru enthusiasts, and kind of the takeaway they got from this car and not having an STI was kind of interesting. And what they were all kind of saying was the STI in the early 2000s is what really trickled down and built the fan base in the United States. And the reason they say this is because you got the enthusiasts who got the turbo STI, and then they would tell their family members, their friends, and everybody else to go buy all the other Subarus, the Outbacks, and all the other family commuter cars, right? So just a different perspective, right? Handling-wise, yes, the WRX TS handles phenomenal. We have Bridgestone Patenta tires, nice and sticky, they feel great. And when I turn in, I feel confident. I have that all-wheel drive confidence that Subaru has always given. That's not an issue. But even though this has the 2.4 liter over the 2.0, the FA20 in the last one, it really, what really kills me about it is that if I were to close my eyes and be in the passenger seat, I don't really know if I would be able to tell the difference of the feeling of this car. And that's not saying this is a bad car, it just kind of feels very similar to the last one, that's what I'll say. It's nicer, right? It's a nicer car, better interior, stuff like that. It's like you're subtly upgrading. That's like the best way to put it. It doesn't feel like as drastic from, say, the BRZ first gen to the BRZ second gen, right? That was like night and day with 0.4 liters of displacement. It wasn't even the same car anymore. This, I don't feel the big difference, I guess you could say, at least in stock form. It does feel like the motor's tuning is very conservative, like for longevity or a very linear boost curve. It doesn't feel like it's pushing that much, right? It feels like there's more on the table. So with the TS, you get wheels, tires, better brakes, and suspension. The brakes are actually 6-piston fronts, and they stop on a dime. It's great. See, very confident. Didn't even break a sweat around that corner. You can use this power, like all of it, basically all the time. It's very usable, I will say that. Since it's not a zillion horsepower, it's very usable. But with it being the brand new WRX TS, like the top of the line with no STI, I think I want it to pull me a little bit harder. But what this kind of all tells me, from me talking to my tuner friends and talking to everybody else, what that tells me is that the motor has it in it. Right? The motor has it in it to make an STI. And that's actually great, because if they ever do decide to do it, which I don't think they will, they could put the better transmission in it and then just turn the boost up in this motor. And I know, easier said than done because I'm not an engineer, but boom, there you go. STI. Because I think the suspension, I think everything else, maybe stronger axles, I think all of that is already there. They just need to throw the badge on it, turn the boost up, put a better transmission in it, and I think most of us would be satisfied. I know that a lot of this video is about not having the STI, but it's so apparent as I drive it, right? That's what's really killing me, is like, I want to drive a new STI, and especially with no Evo anymore, that's what I want. With no Evo anymore, I feel like the Subarus have felt very similar for a very long time. Now, is the WRX TS a bad car? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I think it drives really nice. It rides very nice. I will say that. Interior is a nice place to be. The question is, would you take this over, say, the Civic Type R, which is front-wheel drive, but it is extraordinary? Would you take it over the GR Corolla, which is all-wheel drive as well, with a very neat engine, a very different engine, something we're all not really used to compared to the Boxer engine that's been around forever? Would you choose it over the Golf R, which a downpipe and tune to make a bunch of horsepower? We're now in a world where it's mostly down to preference, right? And with this car, I think you need to be a pretty big Subaru fan. The digital screen is very nice. It's very high res, and the gauge and everything, very easy to read. I'm glad it's not trying to be some very gimmicky, futuristic thing. It's got 2 gauges on it, just like you're used to, with a tachometer and a speedo. It's all you need. The TS in white specifically, I think, looks a lot better, but there's some grievances I have with just the normal WRX in general. First of all, I don't understand why they did the whole plastic fenders or the black fenders. I don't know what material they are, but you know what I mean. I just don't really understand why they just didn't color match the fenders. It's really puzzled me because it does make it seem a little cheaper in hindsight, in my opinion, from an outside perspective. Kind of feels unfinished to me. On the other note, big diffuser on the back. I think the diffuser looks really cool, looks really aggressive. The ducktail on the back then has like another ducktail little spoiler on top of it, and I think it could have done without that because it kind of feels incomplete because it just kind of finishes with these short edges on it. I think without that and just like a built-in ducktail to the trunk, I would have really liked that as well. The front looks fine. It's very similar to the last generation, right? Just make some tweaks and adjustments there. Just really missing that STI badge in that front grille. So this is with the windows down. It's so quiet. I can imagine there's a bunch of resonators and a bunch of cats on this thing because obviously, but a part of me just wants a little bit more Subaru racing heritage. It feels like a commuter car that's been turned into a sporty car rather than a sporty car that was made to work as a commuter car. And I feel like the old STIs, like the Blobeye, the Hawkeye, those were sporty rally cars that just so happened to have 4 doors and a back seat. That's the Subaru I love. That's what I have always craved. But the engine tuning itself to the normal WRX in other trim levels is the exact same. The power is the exact same. All that is the exact same. Final thoughts here. I would say that the WRX TS is absolutely an improvement over the last WRX. It's got more displacement. It has a nicer interior. That last interior had been around since like 2015. It really needed an upgrade. All I want is just a little bit more character out of the car. That's why I'm craving an STI model. On that note, what do you guys think of the Subaru WRX TS? Put it down in the comments section below, especially with so many things out there to watch. Thank you for stopping by. And on that note, I will see you guys next time. Take it easy. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.